Hi, and welcome to today's episode of The Supporting Actor. I'm your host, Adrienne Streeter, so let's jump right into it. Hello, and welcome to today's episode of The Supporting Actor. I'm Adrienne Streeter, your host, and I'm so excited for you to join us in today's conversation. But before we jump in, don't forget to click, like, and subscribe so that when we upload new content, you'll get that notification and be reminded. So without further ado, let's bring in dancer and instructor, Kaitlyn Odell.
Hi.
Hey, Kaitlyn.
How are you?
Good. How are you doing today?
I'm good.
I know you have had a busy day today, so thank you so much for joining us here at The Supporting Actor.
Absolutely.
So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So Kaitlyn, tell us a little bit about your background.
I started dancing when I was 4 years old, and it started as an after-school activity that I wanted to do with my friends. I had that first recital, and I fell in love. I danced for 18 years at the same studio. I competed throughout middle and high school, and then towards the end of my competition career, I got the opportunity to start demonstrating and assisting a few classes. And then I fell in love with teaching. So I fell in love with helping littles of all ages figure out their love of dance and watch their little passion of dance grow. And then I got the opportunity to teach my own first class my senior year of high school. And then it just kind of exploded from there. I'm all over the place now.
I love that. Now, if you guys don't know, one of the ways I actually met Kaitlyn in this very serendipitous, if that's the word, kind of way. My husband had taken our girls to gymnastics, and the owner of the gymnastic facility had heard a podcast that Kaitlyn was on, and she contacted Kaitlyn that day. They got connected. And on that same day, I also met Kaitlyn and was just in awe of her story. And so I was like, I got to have you here because this is such an amazing journey. So, Kaitlyn, tell us a little bit about what was your inspiration to start teaching children dance and or movement, children with special needs.
So like I said, I started teaching littles probably junior year of high school. Senior year of high school, I got to teach my own class. Also that year, a very special little dancer came into my life, and her mom walked in. This little girl is completely blind. Her mom walked in and she said, "Is this possible?" And I was like, absolutely, we're going to figure out something to do. And I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I knew I had to be very detail oriented. I had to be very patient, but I didn't know 100% how I was going to get this little girl to dance on stage. So I started just researching and trying different things in class. I had her wear bells on one side of her body, like on her wrist and on her ankle. So she knew that was her left side of her body, and that was my left side of my body that I was moving. So when I would move my bells, she would know to move that side of her body. And I loved it. I loved getting to figure out new ways to communicate and adapt the instruction to her specific needs, not just the classroom itself. Yeah. And I'm here now.
And it sounds like you were so creative in that space that I'm certain that that mom went and bragged on you, and then all of her friends, and the next thing you know, you're in this space. So kind of on that same vein in terms of your inspiration, I love that. Um, in that same vein, how did you get to where you are now in terms of working with, you can share a little bit about your work with the Arts Council here in Baton Rouge.
Yeah, so that one little girl sparked interest in another family, and that family came to us in Prairieville and was like, I would like my little girl to dance. I said, okay, great. So I was one body about to start college in Baton Rouge. So I had to figure out how to be a one-on-one aid to several different dancers. That started, I don't know how to say no. to anything. So that started to get a little too much. So I talked to my boss, and we were like, we have enough interest. Let's see if we can make a class. So we started a class. I became the instructor of that class. Each one of those dancers had their own little aid, and I kind of trained those aides through that class on how I was dealing with the two little girls that I had worked with. And then, unfortunately, a few years after that started, that studio closed down in Prairieville. But I didn't let that stop me. I reached out to studios all over the place, and now I'm teaching classes at the Dance Difference in Gonzales and Pimbo in Mandeville. Magic happens, and God places the right people in your life. My roommate has a boyfriend, and he started wanted to do a project on something that was in the community, and I was like, why not adaptive dance? Like, you know me, you see me every day, so let's do something. So he did a project, a class project, a reporting project of all things for LSU, and WBRZ got wind of it. They aired it. The Arts Council saw it, and now we're teaching at the Arts Council, and it's crazy.
I love that. Can you talk a little bit about the program that you're teaching at the Arts Council?
Yeah, so right now it's just a 6-week program. It's kind of getting off without a hitch. Trying to get that word out there. And we have 2 different levels. So we have 5 to 11 and 11 and up, but we always, check with the parent, check with the kid, see where they might fit best. And we're focusing on ballet technique and then rhythm and jazz in those classes.
I love it. I will say, my daughters are also in that program, and it has been an amazing experience, not only for me as a mom to see how our children interact with children that may have special needs, but I think it also lends to a level of guidance. Have you noticed that in your classes, if you have children who may be on the spectrum or may not have special needs in the class, a mixture of classroom skill sets and dancers and types? Is that typically helpful for the other students?
Yes, that's a really good point to bring up. Those classes at the Arts Council and at all the other programs are inclusive. So they're open to anybody. And I really believe that having able-bodied peers in the room with children with special needs or with a challenge that they may be facing is really helpful, because they're able to see people that are their age kind of try something new for the first time too. So they're seeing that I might be different, but I can still, hang on and go on for the ride with my peers. It's nothing different. And then it's also inspiring to watch the children interact as it is. Just they don't see anything different,
I love that. I think that that's been a very important aspect for me as a parent, to also allow our children to have that experience. So, what advice would you give parents who are interested in allowing their children or child to start dance and or movement, but may have some hesitancies because they just maybe don't know?
Go for it. Take a
Uh,
leap. Take a leap of faith. Um, there are people out there that are ready to help and work with your kid. And there's a place for them. Dance is a universal mode of communication. You can dance with music, without music. You can make your own music. It's self-expression, self-exploration. Do it. Try it. Go for it.
I love it. So, what has been, since you started in high school and you kind of have gotten to this point where post um, college you were working full time as a instructor and dancer yourself? What have you seen in terms of challenges? What have been some of the biggest challenges that not only the program at the Arts Council, but the programs that you've had in the past, what are some of the biggest challenges you face?
Getting the word out, and yeah, just getting the word out and getting people in the door, getting them to experience what these kids are experiencing.
And I think that if you live here in the Baton Rouge area, I will say it's every Sunday right now.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, every Sunday. Now, the 6-week program is coming to a close on, what is the date? The 9th, so tomorrow, like the 19th is the last day. Yeah, but maybe there's going to be another one.
I
We'll
was
see.
gonna ask you that. I was gonna ask you,
We'll
do you
see.
think
We're
the Arts
hoping.
Council will do another one?
I am willing to, and I'll be graduated in December, so maybe it'll be a different day. Maybe it'll be a different time. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
And one of the things that I also love about it is it's free.
Yes, yes. This 6-week program is free right now.
So if finances, particularly right now, we're in the holiday season and everyone is buying gifts and turkeys for Thanksgiving. If finances are an issue, or even if they're not, this is a free program for you to come and move your body. I know one day, Kaitlyn can tell y'all, I even took the class.
Yeah, and you did great.
So that was a hoot. We're gonna add some video content to this podcast so you can kind of see a little bit of what that class looks like and feels like. So it's not so intimidating. I think that's oftentimes people think I have to be, a certain way, and dance is nothing like that. You don't have to have this perfect dancer's body. And so I think that that's something we have to overcome in terms of challenges. We don't have to be perfect. In terms of challenges, do your students still need to come dressed in the proper attire, or can parents send their kids in leggings and a t-shirt or something that they're comfortable in?
Yeah, add whatever they're comfortable in. If they're comfortable in a leotard and tights, great. If they're not, that's okay. If they have ballet shoes and tap shoes, fantastic. If they don't, socks and tennis shoes is perfectly fine. It's just an hour to move and have fun.
So now tell us your locations again, because we do want to add those links down into our description. So if you are local and you do want to either check out the Arts Council's program, you can, or you can, if you're in Prairieville or in Gonzales, you can check out the other two locations. Where are those locations again?
The Arts Council in Baton Rouge, the Dance Difference in Gonzales, and then Pimbo Ciatat Academy of Dance in Mandeville.
So now, what events, if any, do you all have coming up that our audience, if they're able to attend, can attend?
The Arts Council is inviting the Dance for All program to perform at the Festival of Lights in Baton Rouge. We don't have exact times yet, but we will soon. Come show your support and watch what we can do.
And what day is that on?
That is December 1st, Friday. December
1st. So this episode is airing Thursday, November 30th. But you guys, if you don't have anything to do tomorrow night, come out, Festival of Lights, and check it out, because it's going to be awesome. I'm super excited to see exactly what Kaitlyn and your partner, Bailey, is that her name?
Yes, I did want to add the Arts Council program. So I'm graduating in December with an engineering and kinesiology major. I'm going to teaching school. So I have a background in physical therapy. Bailey is graduating with her master's in occupational therapy. And then all of our volunteers and assistants have some sort of background or interest in OT, PT, speech therapy, special needs education. So we're set. We got it.
Well, see, now you have me asking more questions. Now I'm
Go for it.
super curious. So how did you decide to focus your energy on PT versus a dancer full time? Talk to us about that.
Um, so going into high school or going into college, I knew that I wanted to continue dancing, but I also knew that I wanted something more, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it
I
does.
have always been interested in the movement of the body, muscles, the brain, nerves, like all like how and why our body works. That's part of the reason why I chose a bioengineering degree and a kinesiology, because it kind of like goes into the how and why on top of the movement. Um, so I chose PT because when I was a dancer, I strained my Achilles
Mm-hmm.
doing a rehearsal. So I ended up at a physical therapy clinic doing sessions, and the PTA that was in charge of my sessions was my dance instructor. So she was, yeah, so she was able to kind of mimic dance technique in my practice. And then I was able to take what I was learning in PT on like the strength and flexibility and control side and incorporate it into my training at the studio. So then I didn't injure myself anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of got me thinking, PT, you focus balance, control, coordination, strength,
Mm-hmm.
right? Well,
Mm-hmm.
ballet, what else are you learning? Balance, control, strength, coordination. So there's
Right.
this overlap that I personally haven't seen in Baton Rouge or in Louisiana. So, yeah, it just kind of blossomed into something that might be new and exciting and stand out. We'll see.
Well, first of all, if it's new and exciting, it's so funny because God doesn't allow you to go down a path that may was someone else's. He'll create a space that's new and fresh for you that will catapult what you're doing. So thank you for that. So we are in the season of Thanksgiving, or we by the time our audience would have seen this, we would have just come out of the season of Thanksgiving. So in the spirit of the holidays, share with us something that you are thankful for, and then I'll do the same likewise.
I am thankful for the opportunities that I have had and just the experiences that God has placed in my life. I never would have expected any of this. None. I had no idea. I just thought I was teaching a class once a week for kids. And then now I'm in 3 different places and doing interviews on
Yeah.
podcasts and the radio. Like, it's crazy. It's just insane. I'm so thankful for the people that have supported me in all of this and have pushed me to be the best I can possibly be.
I love it. I'm thankful for not only you and just your willingness to support our community and say yes. I know you said you have a hard time saying no. So I thank you for your willingness to say yes, because oftentimes people are afraid of the things that they don't know. So I'm thankful for our audience. I'm thankful for obviously my family, as well as their love and support. But I'm thankful for the gifts and the talents that you have that you are freely sharing with our community. And so we just here at the Supporting Actors Podcast appreciate you, Kate.
Thank
Before we
you.
let you go, is there anything else you wanna share with our audience today? Because this has been such a great conversation.
Always remember that impossible is an opinion and you can do anything you put your mind to.
Caitlin. Oh, Caitlin, that's good. That is good. I like that.
That's the quote that started this whole thing.
Oh, that is good. Thank you for that. See, look at that
Absolutely.
nugget. Well, thank you so much, Caitlin, and again, happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and we wish you well on your journey, and congratulations on graduating.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. The experience is insane. And thank you for sharing your daughters with me too. Dancing with them is incredible. Meeting
Absolutely.
you in crazy, crazy,
Hey,
crazy. Thank
Kaitlyn,
you.
they are a hoot. They
They are.
are.
They are. They're so much fun.
My husband hasn't come to see them in class yet, so Imma try to see if I can get him down to the studio,
Yeah.
but it does clash during football season.
Mm. Yeah, it does.
Well, Kaitlyn, again, thank you so much, and we appreciate the conversation and your time, more importantly.
Thank you.
Take care. All right, you guys, so we're here with Dana, one of the parents here that is taking Kaitlyn's class here at the Arts Council in Baton Rouge. First of all, Dana, how did you all hear about this program?
Well, we love Kaitlyn. She has been one of Anna's dance teachers in the past for an adaptive dance class. So that's been, we love Kaitlyn. She's wonderful. She's worked really well with Anna, who can be kind of challenging at times, but precious. So that's how we first heard about it. And I was very thankful and shared it with as many people as I could, just because it's a great opportunity. I mean, what a blessing to have this opportunity. Anna loves dance and music, and it's just been a lot of fun for her to be able to participate. So.
Well, I loved watching her. So if you haven't noticed, Anna is in red today. And she said her favorite food for Thanksgiving is mac and cheese.
Oh,
so
she has lots of favorite foods that are usually carb heavy. So,
well, Anna's a girl after my
yeah,
heart.
exactly.
So tell us a little bit about your daughter Anna.
So Anna was a special blessing in our life. We adopted her when she was a year old. She's from China and was in an orphanage, and so we got her when she was a year old, and we thought we were going to she had an unrepaired cleft lip, cleft palate. So we thought, oh, we'll do some surgeries, do a little speech therapy, and we'll be good to go. But she's had a few more challenges along the way. She had a lot of sensory issues related to her early life and was had a lot of deficits. So we realized as she was getting older that she had autism and just a lot of social behavioral challenges as well. So it's made things exciting for us as a family, but she's been a joy and just really fun to have around. So she can be intense, but also very loving and precious and lots of fun. So
I love that. One of the questions that I asked Kaitlyn was, what are some of parents' hesitancies and or challenges in thinking that their child can or can't participate in dance or movement? What would you say to a parent that's considering dance or movement for their child that may have, like my daughter, a mobility challenge or a special need? What advice would you give them?
I would say it is. I acknowledge that it's very difficult to, with children with various needs, behavioral or physical challenges. It's very hard just to get out of the house each day. So I certainly acknowledge that. But I'm a very strong advocate for movement and, helping our children participate in whatever they can. And I think it's very important for our children to be able to, move and participate and have the joy of sharing in things like dance. So, for me, I would just encourage parents. It's hard work, but I would say it's worth it. And I feel like, being advocates for our children and trying to find places that are a good fit. Not every place will be a good fit for every child, but I think making that effort to just get out there and get your child, and sometimes it might not work, but we just keep pushing forward. And Anna's really enjoyed just the various adaptive dance classes that she's been a part of. So we've been very thankful, and she loves this class now. So.
Well, I love that. Are there any special resources that you have found beneficial for your journey on supporting your superstar in her journey?
Well, I am very blessed to work with children with a variety of special needs. And so just knowing different families has just been a great opportunity. There are Facebook groups, and then Beyond Gymnastics has a special needs group that meets up. We've had a wonderful experience in, Beyond Gymnastics and having Anna there, and then just in various programs throughout the community. The Breck Hearts and Hooves program has been really good for her too. So there are a lot of resources. I think it's, finding other people and just continuing to ask and advocate for your child, because it is hard to find things sometimes, but I think you just keep working for it and trying to find different opportunities, and it's a really great thing. So.
Well, Dana, thank you so much. And as you guys know, our daughters also attend Beyond Gymnastics, so we will put their website in our description. That link will be there, as well as Breck. So if you are local, check them out. If you're not local, please, please, please partner with your community to find out if there's anything that's similar, or even something that you can advocate and get into your community. Dana, thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye. Y'all, what an amazing, amazing conversation we had with Kaitlyn Odell. It is so wonderful that when a path opens up in front of you, you don't know where it's going to go, you still say yes. That, I think, is a massive testimony to the love and support our community has, with resources and professionals who are just saying yes. So thank you, Kaitlyn, for sharing your journey with us. And again, feel free to click in our description so you can find out any of those locations if you're here local. If you're not local, definitely look in your area to see if there's a dance and or movement class or course that can support you and your family and your child's needs. If they aren't, ask them if they would be willing to do so. Sometimes you'll be surprised that people will say yes only because they've never been asked and they've never thought about doing such. So don't be afraid, get out there and move. And in the meantime, thank you, thank you, thank you for your support. All right. So until the next time, happy holidays, and we will see you on the next episode. Take care.